Today I'm going to explain you using only one word why Finnish language is genius AF. Let's go check it out. Moro, my name is Aleksi and I run the #1 channel about Finnish language, lifestyle and language. So if you're into those kind of topics, make sure to subscribe. And let's check out the word. The word is juoksentelisinkohan. And this actually means I wonder if I should run around aimlessly. Pretty crazy. This only one word can explain all of this. So first I'm gonna do a breakdown of this word part by part, and then I'm going to teach you some cool stuff about Finnish language using the analysis. First, let's have a look at the word itself. Obviously we can tell that this is not the basic dictionary form, so let's form that first. So the dictionary form of this verb is juoksennella. Juoksennella, and this means to run around. And this verb is actually something we call frequentative verb, out of the verb juosta, which means to run. And usually these frequentative verbs tell something about the frequency or the manner of the action. So juosta is to run, and juoksennella is kind of like to run around. A few other examples I can give you about frequentative verbs is olla, oleskella, or lukea, lueskella. And the stem of the verb what we will have is juoksentel. Let's take this stem and move to the next part. So next we have isi. Isi, that's actually quite easy to remember because isi means dad in Finnish. But this has nothing to relate to parency, but this is the conditional suffix in Finnish. So in English this would be like would, could or should. Let me give you a few examples. So for example, syön, söisin, juomme, joisimme, on syöty, olisi syöty. And now that we have juoksentelisi, this means would run around. Good stuff, we are making some progress. Let's move to the next one. Next we have the or the letter N. And this is the personal suffix. And in Finnish the verb is always conjugated in persons, so depending who is the subject. Let's take the example verb syödä. Syön, syöt, syömme. Or each personal form has always their own ending. So in first person singular, so I eat, it always the N. And in second person singular, that will be you, it's always the T ending, or syöt. In German it works the same. For example, here you can see the verb forms of eat in German. It works exactly the same way. In English, we just have the personal pronouns like I, you, he, she, it is, and usually the verb form stays pretty much the same. So let's go back to the original verb. We have now juoksentelisi, and because we say juoksentelisin, this means I would run around. So this is the personal suffix. The next suffix what we have here is ko. And this is easy. This is the question ending for closed questions. And what I mean by closed question is that the answer to closed question is either yes or no. Let's take some examples. So for example, if I say on, this means I am. But if I say onko, it means am I. Or oot is you are. And if I say ootko, it's are you. Pretty simple stuff. And actually the question ending can be either ko or kö. And this is decided by the vowel harmony. I'm not gonna go too much into this now, but I'm just gonna give you a quick explanation. So in Finnish we have both front vowels, neutral vowels and back vowels. And the thing is that front vowels and back vowels cannot be in one word. And because ö is a front vowel and o is a back vowel, and this will decide which ending you will be using. Oh, I got to love the Finnish language logic. It's actually pretty straightforward once you get the hang of it. So now what we have so far is juoksentelisinko. Would I run around? Next and the last part what we have is han. And this suffix has actually quite a few meanings, but in this case, when we are using it together with ko, the question ending, it becomes I wonder if. I wonder if. And this can be done only with using one simple suffix. Finnish language kicks ass, doesn't it? So for example, if I say, onkohan kaikki ok? Onkohan kaikki ok? That would mean, I wonder if everything's okay. Or, syököhän Noa kaiken? I wonder if Noah will eat everything. And again, the ending can be either han or han, and this is decided by vowel harmony again. And let's do a little bit of analysis from this. From juoksennella, the dictionary form, we have juoksentelisinkohan. And this means I wonder if I would or should run around aimlessly. And this can be done with actually any verb. So if we have syödä, that could be söisinköhän. Or mennä, menisinköhän. And with this we can say that Finnish is something we call agglutinative language. To put it simply, it means that you can alter the meaning of the word by just making directly modifications. And if we look at the English translation, we just have to run around on its own, and then we have other words that make those kind of modifications. So we are not modifying the verb itself basically at all. Another language that does the same is, for example, Japanese. So here we have, for example, taberu, which means to eat. But if I say tabe saserareta, that means like was made to eat. And as you can see, it's just directly modified into the verb. And another point what we have here is that Finnish language doesn't need an explicit subject. So when we have this juoksentelisinkohan, that is a complete sentence in Finnish because it has a verb. And in Finnish, only a verb is needed to have a complete sentence. Damn, I got to love the Finnish simplicity and effectiveness, don't you think? For example, I would add a few words to this sentence. For instance, juoksentelisinkohan mä tänään. This means like, I wonder if I should run around aimlessly today. And mä means I. This is not actually required because, as we learned before, each verb has always the personal suffix. So remember that it's the N. So this already tells who is the subject. So if you want, in Finnish, you can always drop out the personal pronoun because the verb will always tell who is the subject. Isn't Finnish language pretty genius? Why would you just take a bunch of other words when you can just do it with one word? And if you want to get started with Finnish language, you should definitely grab my WTF Welcome to Finnish Language Guide. So this is like a quick start guide for Finnish learners. You can get it if you join my email list, link in the description, and make sure to subscribe to get more videos in the future. I'll see you next time. Moi moi!